What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going to be interviewing none other than the King of the Ring with BlackWargreymon. So if you want to aspire to be as great as him, listen to his commentary and suggestions. Might be able to top with that BlackWargreymon deck that you are loving so much. So let's dive into the video. So guys, we have none other than Lichi, the second place BlackWargreymon of Top Cut yesterday. This man took BlackWargreymon, which has been showing a lot of struggling this format, and it's crazy. So let's dive in and get his opinion. So let's hear from what's up, Lichi.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah. So yeah, just talked with BlackWargreymon yesterday, and so far I feel like the deck is tier 1. No question about it. Just different builds out there. Because there's so many different BlackWargreymon builds that there's no consistent version of it right now. But I do love my build, and yeah, I feel the deck is hitting tier 1 status right now. Because it fully counters yellow hybrid.
With well time, I'm guessing, and not having to hit every security, right?
Oh no. It's a 82 80-20 matchup. It's extremely bad for yellow hybrid. It's actually the only way yellow hybrid wins is you decking out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that bad of a matchup for yellow hybrid.
Okay. So let's go over your Digitama. What were your Digitama choices today?
Oh, it was just the 4 Koromons and Greymon, just for the draw.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing much to explain here. It's why Blackwar almost decks out, but this is just having the cards to help you find your pieces and make your plays like consistently go through over and over again for every game. Yeah, so I would value the draw over any other Digitama.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your main deck itself. So go ahead and break it down for us, and I'll ask some questions along the way.
Sure. So I'll just go through it quick. 14 rookies, 2 of the Black Agumon searchers.
Okay.
4 of the BT5 searchers.
Okay.
So 6 searchers overall, and 6 DK boost with a plus 2k if I have a Greymon in its name, and plus 1k Agumon.
Okay.
And then to end it out with 2 on-play Agumon delete a 3k DP or less. This does come up sometimes, so...
Okay, what matchups is it like most viable in?
Mostly Rookie Rush. No, not Rookie Rush. Armor Rush.
Really?
Armor Rush decks get hit with this one. So let's say you're swinging over an armor and you have Nokia plus this. They would think their armor is saved because you only have like a 1 stack out swinging. But no, you just delete their Digimon, and opponents that are thinking they could evo into another armor just get a little bit screwed for that single play.
Okay.
And yeah, with the searchers, the only thing to note is Agumon Searcher is the best card for searching, the black one. But this could also lose you a game because it could brick your Evo lines.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be careful with this card. But yes. So yeah, 14 level 4s, and I'm playing a high count of level 4s.
Okay.
So it's 4 of the block ones, 3 Geo Grace.
See, now people are like Why are you playing these Geograys over like something like Cyclomon here? That's like the big question. Even I texted in the beginning on my first draft, I had Geogreymon, but people were like, you got to play Cyclomon. You got to play Cyclomon. So why did you choose Geogray over Cyclo?
So the problem with Cyclomon is um, the only benefit of having Cyclomon is you could Evo this Agumon. So you would basically have 8 cards to Evo on top of this Agumon, and that makes you play 4 of these Agumon searchers. So you will have like a consistent searcher out. But the problem of that card is the inheritable is really bad. It's not worth minus like delete a 2k DP or something. That's inheritable. And with that one, yeah, it's not. I feel like it's not strong enough. It doesn't synergize with Nokia, so you can't tap Nokia and like reducible cost of that one. And sometimes that will come up where your rookie needs to Evo for free, and you have like a Chimeramon play going for you. So in the long run, if you're playing the Cyclomons, it's nice for playing all of the black stuff, but the higher ceiling for your deck is cut off, so it gives a little bit consistency, but the effects is not like worth putting in the deck.
Okay.
And Geogray right now is just a good tech for the format. It destroys XVmon from Imperial matchups, where usually Imperial has the play for a Evo into XV, raise, and swing. If he hits a Geogray on the first check and their game plan is just pretty much destroyed, and you could catch up from there.
Yeah.
Or even in Armor Rush matchups, that Lydramon swinging for 5k, you could battle with the Lydramon, destroy the armor, then this one will destroy the rookie afterwards.
So at least it guarantees a pop. You're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it also comes up on a Mastamon matchup, where Mastamon players drop the Gatomon for 5 and do their search. So you just bounce them back with a 6 cost, and put them to 1, and pop their Gatomon for it.
Okay.
So he does come up a lot. There's a lot of use case scenarios for Geogreymon right now.
Okay.
And playing him as 3 feels alright. Because I still want my really good inheritables on my stack.
Yep.
So that pretty much explains it.
I mean, also, even in security, he coming out like after they swing. If they cleared your board previously, that means that's an almost Metal Greymon the next turn kind of play. So that can benefit you that way too.
Yeah. He's just pretty strong overall. There's like an extra body on board too. And just the other thing to note is just playing 2 of these Greymon Sec +1. I've seen lists playing 4 or playing 3. I feel like you don't need to play that much. And I guess I'll explain it overall with how the deck functions. But 2 is the
sweet spot.
Yeah, the sweet spot for it.
And then you had 3 Greymons that digivolve for the extra 1 memory, right? For that 1 memory game. So basically, 2 Nokias out, instantly free 1 memory plus, or it's a free Digievolution with just 1 Nokia. And that extra power doesn't hurt either when you have to hit magic numbers against, let's say, I'm guessing Mastamon, or
the DP buff always comes up. Like, you always want your BlackWarg to have minimum plus 2k DP. To swing over almost everything in the format.
Okay.
And he does come up a lot on Chimeramon plays. This card, if you have like 2 of them saved up, on a Chimeramon play, it could just let you pop off.
Okay. So, okay.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Then speaking of Chimeramon, so on my level fives, it's just 4 Metal Greymons, the new one.
Mm-hmm.
It's self-explanatory. Strongest level 5 you'll have on your deck.
I mean, Digital something and pop something. I mean, win-win. Everything in this meta requires you to be at a certain point. Digivolving, it just helps it.
Mm-hmm. And then 2 Chimeramon and 1 Metal Greymon EX.
Okay.
I am thinking of trying out the triple Chimeramon, just because Chimeramon is really strong in this deck.
Mm-hmm.
But Metal Greymon did come up in the tournament once. And just because I had piercing and I swung over. It was against Dan Bang, so I swung over his stack with piercing, got 2 checks in, and destroyed another one of his Digimon to unsuspend my BlackWar and swing for game through that way.
Okay.
So he did come up, but this card is the weakest level 5. You don't want to evo on this one too much. The only good part about this one is just it's a cheap evo. But
Yeah.
outside from that, yeah, the piercing does not really come up as often as you would imagine.
But wouldn't its effect to be able to pop a rookie basically really come in useful against in certain matchups too? Because he does have a on-swing ability. I know it's rare to come up.
Yeah, it will come up, but once your opponent knows you have a stack on like this one, they would not try to put a body on board to have it like just swing and have their Digimon pop.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's also like a risky swing because I'm only playing like a 7 count of level 5s.
Okay.
Losing a single stack of level 5 really hurts the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's say you lose level 5s twice on a match, you will almost not go into BlackWargreymon anymore. Like, you will only go to BlackWargreymon one time in that game,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it, because you won't be able to find your pieces anymore.
Okay.
So I would rather not lose a stack of level 5, to be honest.
Okay.
And the only scenario I would say it comes up is your opponent plays a Stingmon out and passes turn, and you have like a level
4.
level 4 out, yeah, and you just evo and swing to pop that Stingmon. And that's like a win for you. But outside from that one, I feel like the strength of this card is not that strong. So I would want to try out 3 Chimeramon.
Okay.
Right, so that's for 5. 6 is 4 of BlackWargreymon on Bt-08.
Okay.
Yeah, simple enough. I've seen Liz playing 3, but I would not play 3 just because of the yellow hybrid matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I already mentioned that the yellow hybrid matchup is like extremely favored for BlackWar, but cutting a BlackWarGreymon to 3 would give them like better chances of winning up against your deck.
Okay.
And I'm playing 2 BT1 Wargrey and 1 EX1 Wargrey.
Okay.
So, so the deck works this way. I do not go for burst swings right away.
Okay.
Most of the times, I would leave my opponent's security untouched. I would not hit that security. I would have my BlackWarGreymon out, pop their tamer, and have like the inheritable to swing unsuspended until you control the board. So the game plan is to have BlackWarGreymon out, start controlling the board, and make like 1 or 2 stacks out.
Okay.
And once 2 stacks is out, especially up against like a yellow hybrid matchup, you're popping their tamers. They can't even even if they evo into Jet Sylphimon and do the recover one, you just don't touch the security for now. Like, put them at 8 security, and leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Just start working on the board. If they remove your black Warcool, just make another one and start searching for it.
Okay.
Because the ending play would always be BT1 Wargreymon. BT1 Wargreymon eventually will come throughout the game
Mm-hmm.
because you're controlling the board. It ends up BT1 Wargrey coming out maybe after like you evo a Geogray here and you had like a Agumon Searcher out
Yep.
and a couple of Nokias, and you just tap a Nokia evo here for free, Jogress into Chimeramon, and it's a Wargrey swinging for multi checking for 3, 4, maybe even 5 with tie or picking up like 2 set plus ones under it.
Yeah, which is crazy and a half in itself.
Yeah, so you chunk down their security after controlling the board. So you need to control the board first
Mm-hmm.
before going through their security. Even I would say recovering is even pretty bad for like Mastemon decks or hybrid decks or
Mhm.
yellow hybrid decks, because that just means they took a card that they could have used and just jammed it in security. Where
Mm.
my plan is, if that was like an option, that was like a Wyvern's Breath, instead of them using it on the board, they just really put it in security and Wargrey will just negate that.
Mm.
So that's the whole game plan for this deck. Controlling with Black War, finishing with Wargrey.
Okay.
They team up with each other to win you a game. And this one is just a really good tech overall.
Just another blitz
Uh,
target. Basically, it can clear out a game if you just have it at the right time, right?
no, not really. So this does not clear out games.
Okay.
What this does is Metal Greymon inheritable. Let's say you had a Metal Greymon and
Mm-hmm.
your opponent had like a stack outside thinking that stack will be safe because you can't evo and swing with Black War.
Okay.
So instead you do with a evo and blitz over their stack
Okay.
and yeah, and just like hit their opposing Digimon. And another effect would be this would be good up against X antibody and the mirror match,
Mm.
because if you do have a tamer out, the effect when attacking to delete a blocker comes up. And yeah, like, so if you're doing a mirror match, and I know I'm against a BlackWargreymon deck, I would be really careful on putting this inheritable under a stack, because
Okay.
you don't know if your opponent just has this card out, just swings and blitzes and destroys your stack out of nowhere, and
Okay.
maybe swing at another Digimon. So he just adds a good control aspect to the deck overall.
Okay.
And 2 Blitz Omnis, self-explanatory with here, just your
Game finisher. Mm-hmm.
I'm going with 4 Nokias now. 4 Nokias, 1 hero, 1 tie, and 1 Memboost, and Ultimate Flare.
Okay.
So
The ultimate flare is like the big question in the meta because not many people were thinking about ultimate flare. So why did you pick ultimate flare out of, the Crimson Blazes, the Dark Gaia Force, a Gaia Force even? So why ultimate flare?
So Ultimate Flare is mainly for, I would say mainly for X antibody or even the Imperial matchup.
Okay.
It comes up a lot. Why not? The question is why not Crimson Blaze? Like, why would I play Crimson Blaze? Because I feel like Crimson Blaze, I do the same thing with removal through BlackWargreymon instead,
Okay.
and not rely on Crimson Blaze, like controlling the board.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather have more numbers on my level 6s to do it consistently on my deck space, because
Mm-hmm.
this will do the removal itself. Like I will clear a board swinging with this one twice and having like a blocker or something.
Okay.
So essentially, Crimson Blaze does not come up that often anymore. Even if you play like one or two, it would be nice to have it, but I don't think it will be needed. I feel like, and Dark Gaia Force is just kind of weak. To be honest, it doesn't work well up against X antibody when the Oryumon has the protection from deletion. So it's not dying if it's swinging for 3 checks in security and it hits a Dark Gaia Force.
Okay. But Ultimate
yeah,
Flare
that's
wouldn't
the
kill it
thing.
either, though, because of the self-protection is on that Digimon for the whole turn. But it would get the stack down for you to swing into it later.
It will take the stack down to until a level 3, and sure, if it becomes a level 3 and it still has like 1 extra check, it's probably gonna die. Yes,
Okay.
their level 3s are 1 case.
Okay.
And yeah, Alphamon swing, this will save you up against an Alphamon swing. Because if that Alphamon swinging for everything, if only one is in security, and yep, that just gives me a peace of mind, I guess, up against an Alphamon deck
Okay.
or an antibody deck. But overall, if you're playing up against antibody, your game plan should be
Get bigger number?
holding off BlackWargreymon
Okay.
holding off an Evo until they play UGs. You only need to take out the UG on that matchup. If they don't have UG triggered, it's gonna be extremely difficult for that deck to actually just function.
Okay.
So yeah, you have a Metal Greymon stack outside. It's not gonna die. They can't really kill it. They may be able to they may play Flare or they may play the new X antibody card that de-digivolves. But outside from that, this is like extremely safe outside. So move a stack out and wait for them to play UGs and just like pop the UG, and it'll be so hard to come back from there.
Okay. So, any changes you want to make in this deck, or are you kind of just set in stone?
I do have one card I have something in mind for.
Okay.
The one weakness of this deck, I would say, everything else is like minimum 50-50, even Imperial. Like if you play this deck well, it'd be like a 50-50 matchup with Imperial.
Okay.
But the one bad matchup this deck has is Billstarmon or Three Musketeers.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a really bad matchup. I would say it's like 30 out of 70 or something is the odds. So I would be thinking of playing a one of Avenge Kidmon somewhere in this deck. I'm not sure what I'll take out yet. I'm gonna do some testing for it.
Maybe, do you think 2 Blitz Omnis is mandatory, or you can get away with 1?
I was playing 1, and sometimes it's just in the security sometimes. So I put it to 2, and I've been loving 2.
Okay.
So I did already playtest with 1. But yeah, like having 2 is just a little bit more consistent. And I don't think I would cut it back to 1. It's risky, I would say.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, this is the only card I would think of right now to add on in the deck. And if I'm able to add this card on the deck and have like at least a 50-50 matchup on Beelstar, then BlackWargreymon has like a really good spread all over in the meta right now. You could basically beat any deck. You have a lot of favorable matchups, and then one really bad matchup with Beelstar. Like up against Beelstar, my game plan changes into finding my Nokias, dropping these Agumons out, evoing into a Greymon in this deck. I will swing that Greymon right away to get a draw 1. And hopefully this thing survives, because I can't afford to make a level 6 and have it just removed by a Beelstar play.
Yeah.
So your game plan changes into like a rushdown level 4 or champion rushdown.
Okay, because they can't really recover anything, so you just got to keep applying pressure every turn.
Yeah, and I guess you need to have you need to be lucky in their security. This thing survives the swing, and they can't swing over it because they're only playing like Icemon and stuff. If they
Okay.
want to do a removal on a level 4, you'd be happy. But even then, it's still a really hard matchup. I would not even with that strategy in mind, it's not easy at all.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about the matchups you faced, and then we'll do the
Oh
closing.
yeah, sure. So I played up against Armor Rush round 1.
Okay.
Um,
How did you win
you are
that?
favored. You are favored on an Armor Rush matchup. Um, Especially with this stack alone.
Okay.
With a Greymon and a Metal Greymon out, they can't really swing over anymore. With their Digimon. And if you're one thing to note though, if you're playing a Armor Rush Shacklebond version, make sure you swing their security up until they have 3 security left. So
Okay.
they can't do their Shacklebond Jogress play and bot deck or bounce your Black War out.
Okay.
So you need to like kind of chip them down and just be aware of that effect. But outside from that, it's a rough matchup for Armor Rush. They have to like start swinging at your security fast, or else. But once you start recovering and once you have a blocker inheritable out, it's extremely difficult for that deck to come back.
Okay.
And then round 2, I played up against. I think I played up against Yellow Hybrid. As I mentioned, this deck goes really well up against Yellow Hybrid.
Okay.
There's a video out that Medbay posted. If anyone wants to watch that match, it just showcases how you play up against Yellow Hybrid, and just be careful and safe with your stack. I would say, like I was playing Nokia's out
Mm-hmm.
without dropping an Agumon because I know he will race with a so he would have a memory setter out like PK,
Okay.
so he will go to 3. Even if your opponent has a Patamon out, as long as you don't have a body that he can't delete with 5 KDP,
Mm-hmm.
he will pass turn to 1 if evoing into Rapid Mon. So if you're aware of that, this Metal Greymon stack will be safe. And so I just started dropping like Nokia, Tamers, and evoing into another stack here. If he shows a Cody out, I will destroy that Cody with a BlackWargreymon.
Okay.
Because Cody is the main card you want to be scared of, because it just triggers their Rapid Mon to swing over your BlackWargreymon.
Mm.
So
Okay.
that's round 2. Round 3 is a Red Hybrid. Red
Okay.
Hybrid, I would say your strategy would be you would have to rush down the same way I mentioned with the Billstar deck.
Mm-hmm.
You want to play the waiting game on that one because they could just swing over your stack right away and just blitz for game. So you kind of want like to spread out your Digimon and swing with Greymons and like be the aggressor right there.
Okay.
So Red Hybrid for round 3, Mastemon for round 4. On a Mastemon matchup, my advice would be having whoever races first loses. That's the idea up against the Mastemon matchup.
Okay.
So if you have a Metal Greymon stack over here with a minimum 2k DP buff, do not race that Metal Greymon outside so you won't expose it to a Mastemon Jogress.
Okay.
And you could force a Mastemon player to start Jogressing and remove your board through no plays or your Agumon searches. Once you have like a spread board outside, they will be forced to raise and do their Mastemon play
Okay.
and remove your board. And once they do that, you go into Black War and start swinging over that Mastemon and whatever it brought back up.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the game plan for that one. It's just patience for Mastamon matchup. Um, so that's round 4. Round 5 was um purple set control, purple hybrid, yellow hybrid set control.
Okay, so Karis and Zwart Swarmers, right?
Yeah, so it's a purple egg here, yellow Karis. Um, that matchup is extremely difficult for the Tekon player. Um, because I'm deleting their tamers,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they would play like dual color options to have their removal,
Okay.
so it destroys their effects. And on that matchup, though, you could make a wide board safely because they're not playing Rapidmon. So Nokia's and Agumon searchers come up a lot.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a pretty bad matchup for the Secom player because I'm playing the BT1 Greymons.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean,
makes sense.
Wargrays, yeah.
Yeah, Wargreymon just option shut off. Their whole stack is not strong enough anyway, because I'm guessing they're not heavily relying on the Zoes and stuff like that.
Yeah. And on the 6th round, I played up against Medbay. Um, he did yellow hybrid rapid.
Okay.
So we only went 2 rounds. We didn't have enough time for the 3rd round, and I basically lost because I went into the BlackWargreymon play, and he had 2 checks left. This was swinging for 3 checks at 15k, and the first check was a Susanomon,
Oof.
and yeah, that just and after that I just decked out deck.
Mm.
So but again, it's extremely bad for yellow hybrid because it becomes you are the control player instead of yellow hybrid being the control player, and they can't absolutely like do anything on the board.
Yeah, because
But yeah, they just have to be lucky in security at that point.
mm.
So Susanomon saved him, and it was a pretty good match.
Okay.
Um, and the
Final
last
round.
match was up against Imperial Dan Vang.
Okay.
Got lucky with that one. Got completely destroyed round 1. I didn't find a rookie, and he just finished me within 5 minutes. Round 2, I think he hit a tie
Mm-hmm.
on the security, and eventually on the last play I was able to do a BT1 Wargrey swinging for 3 checks, and I drew into the Omni after the Evo and just swung for game.
Okay. Okay. So.
So I lucked out on round 2, and round 3 was yeah, still a nail biter for round 3. I wasn't able to do the BlackWargreymon Metal Greymon inheritable stack, so I had this stack with a BlackWargreymon out, and what Dan did was pretty good. He went into Dino B and suspended this card,
Mm-hmm.
and I had something in Raising, so this could not unsuspend on the start of my turn, but
Since
luckily
you
I had the
pop
same.
something, yup.
Yeah, so I swung over one of his Digimon, this unsuspended, and he had a suspended Imperial Dramon Dragon mode. This swung for 2 checks, pierced through his stack, unsuspended, swung again for the extra checks,
Okay.
and I was lucky enough to find a Omnimon with a Nokia search afterwards, and
Okay.
I just Omnied for game.
There you go.
So yeah, those were the matchups.
And that's not bad. All in all, I think this is a really good standing showing for our Black War Greymon fans. It's one of the most popular decks, fan favorite above all else. And with the hearing of what you're trying to do and stuff like that, I hope for more success from you. And that this is Avatar signing off. Any last words, my brother?
Oh yeah. No, thank you very much for the interview, and shout out to Team Limit Break team I play with. And DXN Provisions, a little shout out.
The doggo.
If you guys are ever in SoCal, hit up DXN Provisions. Come over there. I am there Tuesday nights, every Tuesday night, and I will play some Digimon with you guys.
Okay.
But aside from that, that's it.
Thank you so much. It was a great chance to have you on here, and we'll catch you in the next one. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and support your local businesses. And this is RideMyAvatar signing out.